Dad's all sore. Yeah. You can go with it.
Like some taken with the mayor and some of the other ones. So don't leave, okay?
Good afternoon. I'm the captain of the naval ship here, Roger Fuller. First and foremost, I'd like to welcome everybody and congratulate the winners and all the participants in the contest. As we go on in life, we the veterans are thinning, as many know. As much as we dislike the word of war, sometimes it's necessary to go to war for the main reason of freedom. As much as I don't want to make it sound selfish, but we the veterans benefit with the war. We need members so we can keep programs like the essay contest and the Voice of Democracy active. You, the youth, are needed as well for these programs. Without you, they're not going to happen. I was at a county meeting Friday night, the VFW county meeting. They reported that only 3 schools participated out of Orange County and District 2 for the Voice of Democracy contest. Out of these schools, only 16 or so participated. We don't know why there was so little in the participation of this program, but they are going to put a committee together and find out why. It's a very good program, as are our essay contests. It's something that we back very strongly, and we need the youth to help us out with it. And the winner of the VOD came from Port Jervis. I'm sure it'll be investigated and rectified. To see you kids sitting here today, obviously Connie and her judges and her committee are doing their job. And I appreciate that, and I thank her and the judges and the committee for that. Please be proud of yourselves. You keep up the good work, and I look forward to seeing many of you in all the programs that we do down here. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you.
At this time, we will have Eileen Comfort, our Americanism chairman from the Ladies Auxiliary, with the Pledge of Allegiance. Would everyone please stand? I introduce myself to most of you when you come in. My name is Connie Sinkevich. I am the Ladies Auxiliary President here, and I'm also chairman for this program. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. At this time, I would like to introduce some of our members who we have here. Roger, our captain, has already introduced himself. Where did he disappear, Charlie? Charlie was in the back. He's the one who did the cooking. Him and our captain did the cooking, but he disappeared. At the table back there, we have our chaplain, Vincent Livingston. And next to him, we have his wife, June Livingston. We have our Ladies Auxiliary Treasurer, Florence Wilson. Our Senior Vice President of the Ladies Auxiliary, Marion Fuller. The captain's wife, First Lady, Becky. And at the table over here, we have Barbara White, our Ladies Auxiliary Chaplain. And back by the coffee pot, we have Ruth Harvey, Pat Hayburn. And behind the table is Eileen Comfort, our Americanism Chairman. So you see, we do come out and support some of our own programs. Okay, at this time, I would like to introduce our guest, and our Port Jervis Mayor, His Honor Ross Decker.
Thank you very much, Connie. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, contest winners, officers of the post, and auxiliary. It's a wonderful opportunity to be here today. Being the mayor, you get the privilege of participating in organizations like this and awards presentation. On Friday evening, I had the opportunity, along with a couple of the schools, just talked to Mr. Roberts, of the school superintendent and principal of the school, to teach a class at Mount St. Mary's College over in Newburgh. And we had about 30 postgraduate students in the class, and I don't think one was from Port Jervis, but I think after 2 hours of us giving them information about the city of Port Jervis and what goes on here, that they were very, very readily happy to come over here, and I think their school system's going to have about 25 applications for the fall semester. But it's a wonderful opportunity that the organizations of our community, whether they're Rotarians or Elks or Kiwanis or VFW, that they get involved in the community affairs and community commitment. And I think it's wonderful that the Ladies Auxiliary of the Naval Post gets involved in this. This is a national contest. It's the National Patriots Pen Program that's conducted by the VFW Ladies Auxiliary each year. And it gives the students of the 7th and 8th grade the opportunity to express themselves in their opinion. There's a pre-announced theme, and they're given awards on the essays. The essays are either typewritten or computerized, of between 300 and 400 words maximum. And this year's theme was My Pledge to America. And also the awards are they're judged with 20 points for addressing the theme, 50 points for theme development, and 30 points for the clarity of the ideas. I also have from the City of Port Jervis awards for each of the participants that won in the 2 grades, and once the commencement is started here in the awards, I would like to also present those. But on behalf of the City of Port Jervis, I appreciate and give you recognition for your work in this field and your endeavors in writing this essay, and hope to see you come back to Port Jervis once you graduate from college and become citizens of this community. So thank you very much, and thanks for the VFW Auxiliary for their dedication.
Thank you. Okay, at this time we'll have the principal of middle school, Mr. Richard Roberts.
Thank you, Connie. Each year when this program takes place, it makes me so proud of all my students. But I think on behalf of the students, and for Bob Woodrow, our superintendent, who's been with Fort Jervis for many years, as Mr. Fuller knows, I just want to thank you on behalf of the Fort Jervis School District for everything that you do, not just the essay contest, but the Voice of Democracy contest. I was a judge this year, and the entries that we had from Fort Jervis were difficult, and the student that did go on to win was one of our former middle school kids. And we didn't know at the time, because obviously we don't know any of the names when we're listening to the essays. But again, it makes us proud that what you're doing, plus the scholarships that you give out to the students and all the other contributions to our athletic teams, everything that the VFW in Fort Jervis does, it's just a tribute to us as a community. These folks gave a lot in the service of our nation as younger men and women. They never stopped serving their communities as older men and women, more mature men and women, we'll say. In other words, that's what the VFW is all about across this nation. These people came back after the wars, after serving our country, and they've continued to serve in many ways, not just through the VFW post, but many of them are volunteer firemen, many of them serve their churches and other things, other groups within our community. And I think we just owe them a round of applause at this time, if you would. And Mayor, I said to Mr. Fuller a few years ago, when he was a student at Fort Jervis, that's how old I'm getting now, hopefully he would come back, and he did come back to Fort Jervis, and he is serving us well. And so I know what you're saying when we want these kids to come back. For your students, I told you several times in my office from the time that you submitted your essays to as recently as the other day when I was getting the numbers of how many were coming to the dinner, how proud we are of you. But we're also proud of the other 400, roughly, that contributed. I mean, you have all the names of the teachers. Yeah. Yeah, but there were several hundred that participated from our school, which is good. Last year was 450. This year it's only 200 and some, but it's still a lot of kids are involved in this. And this theme, My Pledge to America, is so important because I know the social studies teachers, Mrs. Olmick is here today, Mrs. Piscatelli's coming in a little later to join us. We're proud of what you're doing in the classrooms. We're proud that we at Fort Jervis Middle School are thinking about what's going on in the world today. These are serious times. These are very difficult times for all of us in education, the veterans, the auxiliary, people in government. These are exceptionally difficult times because we are on the verge of war. And as Mr. Fuller said, no one likes war, but our nation has stepped forward time and time again to support and to promote the freedom and democracy that we so humbly won 200 and some years ago when we fought our own Revolutionary War. And we are the model of democracy in the world, and we cannot let terrorism, we cannot let other nations threaten the world peace with nuclear weapons or terrorism, and we have to stand forward, we have to stand strong, we have to stand proud. And I'm happy to say it starts with you children, and just your pledging in these essays that you have written show us a commitment that you're making to the cause of Americanism. And I think that's really a tribute to your parents and to your grandparents and all your other family members that also encourage you to write these essays. So again, thank you. We're looking forward to hearing them. We're looking forward to seeing them on Access Television, and let the community see what you kids are doing. Thank you again, and thank you, VFW.
I know in the program it says Councilman at Large Stanley Siegel, but unfortunately he couldn't make it today. But I would like to ask one of the judges, Vince Livingston, would you like to say something, Vince?
I want to congratulate each and every one of these individuals, and we spent, I think, 4 to 5 hours going after papers, and we have found that there are a lot of good students who do have quite a sentiment feeling about our country. But it seems as though we're always standing here telling the people who already are here and know about it, they're the ones we keep telling, when we should be telling the ones who don't come around. But as a veteran myself, I feel too that it isn't being started at the right level. It should be being started at the home. And I think maybe a lot of the grandparents and the fathers who have been in this war are neglecting to tell their children that just how dangerous, how bad it can be, not only for us, but to see thousands and thousands of people being killed for a lot of misunderstandings. So I congratulate everyone who participated and all the workers who have taken their time, and it entails a lot of time, and I congratulate them for their work and effort, and hope that this program never falters and it keeps growing and going.
Thank you, Lynn. Now, I would also like to thank everyone for coming out to this event and supporting our children who are our future. You always hear about the problem children, but seldom about children who take an interest in their communities and most importantly in themselves. We have been doing this program for about 7 years now, and I have met many young people who have done just that. And I have followed some of their activities even after they went on to high school. And I am glad to say that many of them have proven to be very good citizens. This year we had 295 entries in the contest. It was getting a little too much, like Mr. Roberts said, 400 and something, that's quite a few to judge. So we had Mr. Roberts make up a panel of teachers and submit the best, which totaled 102. I think the judges did an excellent job in judging these essays. In a way, I am glad I am the chairman and not the judge. Thank you again for not coming out. And my judges were Mr. Livingston, his wife, Mrs. Livingston, and President Christine Gibbs from 161. She could not make it. She's in Albany at a legislative conference, which I should be at too, but that's another story. Okay. At this time, we will have the reading of the essays by the winners and presentation of plaques and monetary awards. We will start out with our first place winner in the 7th grade, Brian Balch.
I pledge to America. I pledge allegiance. These are the first 3 words of our nation's pledge. They state that we pledge our loyalty to our country. It is our responsibility as American citizens to have our own personal pledge to America. There are many ways I can do this. I pledge that I'll defend my country proudly whenever I am called upon. I'll give my life if I have to, if that is what it takes to keep my country free. I will honor and respect everybody who has ever been in the military. Respecting my country's symbols and landmarks is another part of my pledge. Flying the American flag and standing for our national anthem are just some ways I can show my respect and patriotism. I promise to vote when I turn 18. This way our government will consist of people who will make good decisions regarding our rights and freedoms. Another pledge of mine is that I will treat all citizens with respect. I will try to help punish the people who jeopardize our freedoms and will work to correct any injustices they have done. I promise to develop good work habits. This way I can earn my own way and therefore I will not be a burden on my country's economy. That will allow our government to have more money to pay for things that will make our country a better place. I will do my best to become a productive member of our society. I will keep myself physically and mentally healthy. I will attend school regularly and further my education beyond high school. This will help me make better informed decisions. My past years in Boy Scouting have helped me see the importance of community service. Volunteering benefits the citizens of the community as well as saving money for our local government. My final pledge to America is that I will volunteer for needy causes that I believe in. I will help friends and neighbors in need, and I will always do my best. This is my pledge to America.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you. Okay, our second place winner in the 7th grade, Seth McCooey. Unless you memorized it.
My pledge to America. I'm trying to decide between 3 diverse pledges. They are all for my mother country or for the people of my native soil. I would take pleasure in every single one of them because they benefit people other than myself. The first of my selections is to enlist in the United States Air Force. One aspect that enthused me to do this is that I have numerous family members that enlisted in the armed forces. Another thing that motivated me is the fact that I would have the admiration of putting my life on the line for my nation. I believe it would be a venerable thing to serve for my land of birth. My second pledge to America was to become a researcher for the cure of cancer. Cancer is a really solemn disease. A lot of people lose loved ones to cancer, and I want to change that. Another deadly disease I want to research is AIDS. This is a sexually transmitted disease that gradually weakens the immune system. I would love to do this for the populace of America. A final option Final option is to become a correctional officer at a federal prison. This would help people by ensuring their safety. This occupation would make sure there aren't any perilous criminals roaming the streets. I would also get a virtuous salary so I can support my family if I have one. One thing that inspires me to consider this is that I know someone that is a correctional officer. Those are my pledges to America. I will categorically have to choose one of the preferences, maybe two. The foremost point is that it will benefit my country, not just me. There are less fortunate people in America, and all these alternatives will benefit them too. Now I shall conclude my essay with these words: I will do anything for my homeland.
Now we're going to do this one a little different. Our third place winner on the 8th grade level, Rachel Vega. I'm sorry, wait, I'm sorry. Don't mind me. I meant to say third place winner, Allison Smith. 7th grade.
My pledge to America. America is a place where people can live freely. Some people take advantage of this by breaking laws that hold us together. Many people abuse the privilege to live freely, and some people don't know how good we have it. I understand that America is one of the freest countries in the world. I'm going to tell you my pledge to America. My first pledge is to say the Pledge of Allegiance every morning in school. Many people just think we are saying a bunch of words to a piece of colorful cloth, but it has more meaning than that. When we say I pledge allegiance, it means I promise to be loyal. And when we say to the flag, our flag stands for our country. Therefore, we are saying I promise to be loyal to my country, which is a huge promise. And when one promises something that big, they must keep that promise.
Respect is also a pledge of mine. I will respect all the people who are around me. In order to respect a country, I must respect the people who live in it. I will respect my rights as an American and not take advantage of them. I will also respect all the rules of my school. A third pledge of mine is to show pride in our country's past. I can do this by studying the leaders of our country, present and past, to learn what people went through to make our country free. If I learned what people had to go through, I might appreciate our freedom more. It was not easy for our country to be free. If our heroes of the past gave up fighting for our freedom, we might still be a colony of England. Now that you learned my pledge to America, I hope you understand that America is a very free place. We have to respect it and take pride in it. Freedom is a privilege many countries don't have. America is more than just a place to live. It is a free land and is one of the best places to live.
For your pledge. Congratulations to you.
Now, the third place winner in the 8th grade, Rachel Vega.
My pledge to America. What do I promise my nation? There are many answers to this question, but this is mine. I promise my loyalty. The loyalty I mean is one who is or remains trustworthy to a political cause, government, or independent in times of rebellion, loyal to your state or nation. Also to be loyal in the way my parents taught me. By serving our nation, by being in the military, and taking pride in the uniform that you wear. By taking organs in the things you do, to respect and generosity to others. In addition to this is leaving loved ones to do our job. By this, I will support our nation against any other in every way possible as a citizen. Also vote for the right verdicts made from our government to keep America safe and warm to all. What I mean by this is to try helping those in need of food and shelter. I, as a citizen, will abide to all laws in our nation established by our government. I will fight to protect and keep our state safe in any way I can. I will promise to help in any doable way for my country. Apart from that, I cannot do this. I have no say in anything yet, because I'm not in the appropriate age limit to do most of my pledge to our nation. However, when I am, I and everyone that also pledges to do most of the promise I will make will be heard. Nevertheless, I've not been of age. I have been able to show some of my pledge in other ways. I have been able to donate and support unfortunate families by donating cans, clothes, and toys to the programs made at my school and church. Also not breaking the law by stealing, killing, or kidnapping, as well as supporting my dad when he is sent off by the military. I can go on other little things, except I will be getting off the subject at hand. But as a result, I have listed all the ways I'm able to pledge to my nation as a citizen without going to the extreme.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Our second place winner, Natalie Crawford, was not able to make it today. She's at a swim meet for the school, I believe, right? And it's funny because last year she was also a second place winner in the 7th grade. But, you know, I feel that her essay should be read, so I'm going to read her essay. My pledge to America. I pledge allegiance to the flag. It's said by students across the nation. How many of us know what we recite actually means? This past year has brought a new meaning to the Pledge of Allegiance. Since September 11, 2001, I have thought about what I am actually saying. It has a new importance in my life, and I'm also sure that it does for all Americans. My grandfather was a prisoner of war during World War II. As an ally of the U.S. in Poland, he fought for what he believed was right. During those long, hard days, he pledged to serve for the cause of freedom in the best ways possible. He fought to help those in need, and while doing that, do it the best he could. With the questions of war in our future, I can't be sure whether I might have to fight for the United States as well. Could you imagine? As a teenage American, some believe there is not much that we can do. I know that I can help in many ways. I pledge to honor those who served in war, donate food and clothing to those overseas, and write letters to them as well to let them know that I support them and that I am very proud of them. I am willing to make and send care packages to the children of Afghanistan. These children were never allowed to write. They don't want chocolate and other candies. They would rather have pens and pieces of paper that could be scrounged up because of their thirst to learn and to have the freedom to express themselves. I pledge to get the best education that I can because as an American, I have the right to do so. I will then represent the United States proudly. Someday, I hope to attend West Point Academy. I would love to be a soldier and serve my country.